Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is talking about my favorite things from the month of July. It's hard to believe it's already August and the summer can only last so long, but I am back sharing some of my favorite things. I have entertainment, clothing and accessories, food, and a priceless item. So without further ado, let's get started. If I'm looking down, I'm looking at my list of items because I can't keep track of that many things. So entertainment, the first is Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I have been wanting to watch this. I feel like here, there it is. I've been wanting to watch it since it came on Netflix and finally got to it. I think it was in July. It might have been in June and I forgot about it to mention it, but I loved it, and there were so many things that were funny, like just that like adults would get, not kids, but it was also funny being someone who is on YouTube. So just like Ralph has to try and do stuff to make a certain amount of money in very little time, and so if you've ever tried to figure out ways that you can do that on the internet, it's just funny because it relates to that. And then like he's trying to do all these like viral videos to make all this money, but it was really funny and it was really cute, and I loved the princess part. Hearing all the actual voices, minus like the older princesses, but just hearing all of the voices in one room, current in a different style of animation, was really neat and I really enjoyed it. It's been a long time since I've seen the first one. I think Ethan and I went to see that in theaters, but I definitely enjoyed it, so if you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. Next is a movie based on a board game, and it is Clue. So I think I watched like half of it when I was in high school, which was a while ago, and I had listened to, who was it? Justin Long has a podcast that he had Neil Patrick Harris on, and I love Neil Patrick Harris, so of course I listened to that episode, and I think he said his favorite movie was Clue, that he remembered like going to see it when he was a kid, and he went like all the different times to see all the different endings. And then I was telling my boss about it and she was like, I have that movie, I love that movie, like I know that movie so well, I'll bring it in, you can borrow it. So my whole family watched it and it was so funny. And then I'm like watching it and I'm trying to figure out like who all the people are, and the guy who's Colonel Mustard, I'm pretty sure was like the principal from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which I grew up with. But anyways, I loved the movie. I thought it was really funny. My favorite ending, so we watched like the one, so if you have the DVD you can watch all three endings. So there's like the one that would be on TV or stuff like that, and then there's two where it's like, or it could have happened like this, and it's like, or my personal favorite, it could have been this one. So my favorite one was like the third ending, and if you haven't seen it, just plug your ears for a minute, but it's when it's like all of them. And I loved it when Mrs. White was like fire, but like flames, and she was just like really angry, but I was killing myself laughing. But anyways, I am glad to have finally seen the end of it, to know what the ending was, because I lived all these years without knowing. But I definitely enjoyed it, and it was fun to see like board game characters in real life. And of course my battery is dying. One moment. Very happy that I invested in an extra battery for this camera. Okay, next is a book. It's called Her Pretty Face by Robin Harding. I will put a picture of it in here. I'm like trying to remember what it was even about, because I've read a lot of books this year, which I will have a post, I think, at the end of this month with the books that I've read so far this year. I read another novel from the same author, I believe at the beginning of last year, so it had been a while since I'd read something by her, but it was kind of like a story in the present and a story in the past that then you realize they're connected, and just how it all fits together. I apologize if you can hear the cicada outside because windows are open and it is hot out. But anyways, you just kind of like slowly put together, and it's all how it's all connected. But basically there was like a murder of a teenage girl in the past, and there was a trial, and basically this girl was like raped and attacked and brutally murdered, and there was this guy that was involved in it, but then there was also this girl that was involved in it, and just during the trial she made it seem like she was being abused to do it, that she didn't actually help in the murder, but she like partook in very dark stuff. But anyways, and then it kind of just the story goes and follows certain people into the future, and I don't want to give too much away, but it was really good, and there were twists, and like when I'm reading books like this, I try not to figure it out because I want to be surprised, but this one part I was like, oh, I got it, like, yes, I never figure it out. No, I didn't figure it out, so it was close, but no. But it was really good, and I would definitely recommend it if you like the like Gone Girl, Girl on the Train, dark, weird, creepy stuff. But it was really good, and I read it in like 3 or 4 days. Okay, next is a TV show which I can't remember if I mentioned it when the first season aired, but it is Big Little Lies, the second season. So it went by so fast. I think it started in June, but there were only like 6 or something episodes that I can't believe it's already over. But I really enjoyed this season, and I was really excited for it because the book like ends where the first season ends, so I was curious to see like how the story continued and what they did with it, and it was really interesting. I feel like it's hard, like it didn't seem rushed, but like aspects of it seemed rushed, because like there's only so many seasons or so many episodes, so the arcs have to happen really quickly. But I did really enjoy it, and like Renata, Laura Dern, was like my favorite this season. If you remember the scene of her driving in the car where she has the window down and the sunroof open and fingers flying, like that was perfection. And then in the finale episode when she looks at the baseball bat, I was like, yes, come on, you can do it. And it was really funny, and Ethan was laughing at me because I was so happy and killing myself laughing. But if you liked the first season, I think you'll like the second season, and it's just the season finale, so again, can't wait to see what happens next season. And one more thing in entertainment, I guess I should put it in entertainment. It is this board game. It is called Ticket to Ride, and I had heard about it from Young House Love on their podcast, I think, and also the Anna Edit, and so I saw it and I was like, okay, these are 2 completely different like families, one's in England, one's in the States, like there has to be something about this game. And then I looked at how much it was, and it's $60, and I was like, okay, that's really expensive. And I remember wanting it around Christmas, and so I like waited and I kind of kept thinking about it and kind of watched for it to go on sale, and then Prime Day rolled around. It wasn't on sale, but I got it anyways. I had a gift card, or well, Ethan gave me money towards it, so we got it, but I love it. It's kind of confusing to explain, and you have to, I will put a picture in of what it looks like when you have played, but so you get destination cards, and then cards kind of like Uno that are like colored trains, so you have to try and get the destinations that are in your cards, because they're worth so many points, using the train cars. So to connect like a 5 blue, you would have to have 5 blue cards. So you have to like accumulate more cards, play and claim routes, and try and get your destination cards. And then at the end, you tally up your score and you get points for all the destination cards you complete, and you have to remove points for the destinations that you don't get to. And it sounds really complicated, but it is so much fun. We've played it, when we got it, Ethan, my mom, and I played it 3 nights in a row, and then we went to a cottage with Ethan's family and we played it another 2 times, and then we played it twice last night. So I would say it's worth it. It does have a lot of pieces, so like I can understand why it's so expensive, but they also have other versions that are different route systems. So there's like a New York one, an India one, and stuff like that. So you could start out with a smaller pack if you don't want to invest that much money into the big one, but I enjoy it and it's really fun, and I would recommend it. Okay, clothing and accessories. I'm feeling like I'm very chatty, but I need to film a lot of videos, so I'm gonna try and keep it short. Shorts! These are Under Armour. Let's see if it even says what they are. Heat gear. Loose shorts with heat gear. So they have kind of like panels of like mesh, and then the back, it does have a liner too, which I really like. I've been doing the 80-day obsession, which if you want to know what that is and my whole experience with it, I will put that video up there. But that is a lot of like, there's cardio workouts, there's and then like weight training ones. So I've been wearing, I got them while I was doing that because I was like, I need another pair of shorts. So I really like them during that, and then now I'm doing it again, but I'm doing running instead, and running in them is really nice. They're not too short that there's no like chafing or anything, but this part makes it very breezy, which is really nice. So I will try and find a link to them. I got them at a National Sports, like an outlet, so they were discounted, but they are really worth it, and they have like a drawstring if you need them tighter on the inside. They have a little kind of like pocket there, and then they have a pocket on the side, which is nice, but I really like them and would definitely buy another pair. But they're good for like weight training, they're good for running, they're not too short, they're not skin tight, that you actually have like room, that there's airflow, which is really nice. But I really like them. The other pair of shorts that I have is from Old Navy, so similar. These would probably be a bit more expensive, but I like them both. And then the other clothing and accessories item is this necklace. So I got this from Make It Mini, who I found out, whoo, my notebook's flying. I found out, I think I follow Wish Upon a Starry Night on Instagram, and she posted some of the necklaces, but I had wanted this one for a really long time because it's the castle, so that's the right way, and it even has like the little a like imprint for the like where you can walk through. I'd wanted it for a really long time and was like, oh, I don't want to spend the money, I don't need it right now, I'll get it eventually. And then I follow Make It Mini on Instagram, and she was like, yeah, we're discontinuing them, and I was like, okay, I'm buying it. So I haven't had it for very long, but I absolutely love it, and I'm so happy that I have it. I do have it on the shortest setting, so there is a bit of chain. I think it's like a 17 to 15 inch chain. I can't remember exactly what this necklace is called. It might be the Dream Suite, but she has really, really cute stuff. I would definitely purchase more. I'm not a huge jewelry person. Like, I haven't worn a necklace in I don't know how long. So I will probably wait a bit before I get anything else. But she has like the sun from Tangled. She has little Baymax ones. She has something from Toy Story. I think she has little Simba, the second star to the right. She has a lot of cute stuff. And she posts Instagram stories too, which I watch, which have her kids, which she's really, her kids are cute. But definitely check her stuff out if you're interested. And I believe she just came out with earrings and rings and bracelets. So lots of cute stuff, just a little touch of Disney, and I feel like this suits me. Like, people will not be surprised that I will wear this like every day, but it's nice and dainty. I'm terrified that I'm gonna break it, but it's heavier duty than the necklace that I've worn previously that I've broken like a million times. So, but I really like it, and I feel like you can barely see the chain, and it just is really, really nice. I love it. Okay, next, food. So I follow Blair Lamb, who I have talked about in a favorites before, but she is currently expecting her first child, and in one of her like early pregnancy videos she was talking about cravings, and she mentioned chocolate croissants from Starbucks, and I was like, I've never had one, and that sounds really good. And so I like couldn't get it out of my head, and it became a craving of my own. So I had a chocolate croissant from Starbucks, and it was really good, and now I have a problem because I am addicted to them, and they are really good. it was funny because the first time I had one, I have like the stars in Starbucks, and it was like, you have stars that are expiring, but 50 is like a snack. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll get a croissant. Yeah, they're really good. And I'm not really one for like, I don't really care for the food at Starbucks. Like, I'll have like the egg bites occasionally, but like cake pops I don't really care for. Like, I'll have the banana loaf like once in a while. Not that I go to Starbucks a lot, but just don't really care for the food, like, but the chocolate croissants are really good. So I would recommend those. I've never had it warmed up, but cold they're good. So that is a recommendation passed on from Blair Lamb to me to you. Next is a salad that I want to eat like all the time. It is a strawberry spinach salad from cookingclassy.com. My mom has made it before, and then she showed me how to make it and then sent me the recipe. But it is so good and I want it. Like, I'm probably gonna make it today. But I ate a ton of salad when I was doing the 21-day fix like last year before the wedding, and I'm really weird about food that I get like sick of foods quite quickly, and then I cannot make myself eat them. I just like, they're not appetizing and it just doesn't work for me. So having salads has been hard. And this one I could eat like so much of. It has like spinach and strawberry, and it's like a balsamic reduction dressing, and like we use goat cheese instead of feta cheese, which is in the recipe, and spiced pecans. Like, so good. And like, I feel like most restaurants have like a version of something similar to this on their menu. If like, I went to Shoeless Joe's a couple weeks ago and had that. I think it had like blueberries in it too, but it was so good and like just so like summer. Really good. So if you like salads, you might want to give that a try. Okay, last item is Priceless. So for the past 3 years, Ethan's dad's side of his family has gone and rented a cottage together. So this past weekend, which is going to be 2 weekends for you when this goes up, but Ethan and I went to the cottage with his family. They just rent it, so we've been all over the place, and it was just so nice. It's just so nice to like get away to a cottage. I don't really think that I'd be like a cottage person. Like, I don't know how I'd ever afford it, but I don't think I would ever want to buy a cottage to like go up there every weekend. So it's really nice to like get away for a few days in the summer, and just like spending time with his family is always fun. It is like 10 of us, so can be a lot of people in the cottage, but just like the idea of like going to a cottage and just relaxing for a few days is priceless. And we went from Friday to Tuesday, which I feel like was a good amount of time. Didn't have to take a ton of time off of work. It was just really nice, and the power went out, which was funny. We had like some extreme weather, and then it was also really nice that we still got to do like the touristy stuff. It was up in Tobermory, so it was like a 4-hour drive, but it was really nice and I had a really good time, and just like that has become a nice tradition for the past couple of years that I hope continues, because it's just nice to get away. Do you guys do anything like that in the summer? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, I think those are all my favorites for this month. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you enjoyed during the month of July in the comments below, and if you have any questions, I will have everything linked down below, and then also a link to the coordinating blog post, which will also have everything. But yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye.